I've been doing Andrew Huberman's journaling routine for the last week, and it has completely changed my life. The protocol goes as follows. Number 1, establish a quiet space. Number 2, identify the most significant negative emotional experience of your life. Number 3, write for 15 to 30 minutes in detail about that experience. Number 4, repeat this process 4 days in a row. Andrew Huberman outlines exactly how to write about this experience. Number 1, establish facts about the experience. Number 2, speak to the emotions felt at the time of the experience and at the time of writing. Number 3, connect this experience to things before and after it. Remember, you're writing this for yourself. No one's gonna read it. You can tear up the pieces of paper or delete the entry when you're done. Whew, okay, that was a lot, I know. Identifying and unearthing the most significant negative experience of your life can be traumatic in itself. It's a really hard thing to do, but that's the point. When something traumatic happens to you, I think the brain and the body are severely impacted, often in ways we don't really understand. By understanding the thing in itself, we can begin to reconcile with it. We may even begin to incorporate it into our identity, into our self-story. I think this is the only way to make sense of the negative experiences we've had in our lives. This protocol is corroborated by over 200 scientific studies. I found one of those research papers particularly fascinating. A group of 100 people were split into 2 groups. One group did traditional journaling, what we might think of as, daily journaling. What happened today? What are we thinking about in the future? And the other 50 people did this specific type of journaling that I've been talking about so far. This process of identifying the thing that you've been kind of harboring in the back and maybe even suppressing and writing about it in detail, the facts, the emotions, and the connections that it's had to other things in your life. The thing they tracked was white blood cell count. And you might be thinking, why would they track white blood cell count? Which are the things that attack the viruses and infections when they enter your body. It was found that the difference between people's normal levels and the levels of white blood cells they had after doing the 2 different routines was drastically greater in the group that did the latter form of focused, negative experience journaling. This means that if you do this writing exercise, if you take about an hour out of your entire life, you'll have an increased ability to fight infections, and you'll have a myriad of other health benefits resulting from this one writing exercise. But still, how does that happen? That's so unbelievable to me. So if you want to listen to the original podcast, I highly advise it. Andrew Huberman goes into much more detail, and I'll link it below in the description. But if you want just the short version of it, when we write the truth of what happened, we can make sense of it. We can begin to make sense of it. Oftentimes, we push these scenarios to the back of our mind and suppress them, and they're a part of us, but they're apart from us. When we journal, we begin to incorporate these things into our life story. This process occurs in the prefrontal cortex, which is the front of your head and really what separates human beings from the quote-unquote lower animals. By better understanding ourselves, it has this cascading effect where the subcortical structures benefit from that primary structure, the prefrontal cortex, being improved. This is how a writing exercise can reduce inflammation and fight diseases. Okay, I get the process, but why is it such a big deal? Why has it completely changed your life, as you say? Are you lying? Well, I did this routine for the 4 days, as was prescribed, about what I considered the most negative experience of my entire life. And it's been about a week since I did that, and I can fully attest to this process, not in understanding the mechanism by how it works, but in feeling the effects of it. Like my body feels less stressed and I feel less neurotic about a week after doing this. From my understanding, this is basically what therapy is, but it may be even more powerful because you're narrowing the focus to the most important thing that has affected you in a lot of ways. It's applying the Pareto principle to your own experiences. It's a very interesting concept. I sincerely hope you try this journaling exercise. I want to hear your experience because mine has been profoundly and surprisingly impactful. So if you guys do, comment below, come back to this video, save it. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Peace out.